So I always joke with people that I can like shred in the key of C on piano and nothing else. And that's because the key of C major is all the white keys moving up. And any alterations to the key, whether it's playing minor or like the blues scale, it's all, you can see the black notes start to come into play when I move away from the major key center. And if I was to really practice piano and want to be a good piano player, I would practice doing that type of alteration to scales and memorizing that in every key. But as a songwriter, it doesn't matter as much because I'm not trying to go out there and gig as a piano player. So I'm at least going to write this melody in the key of C to start with. So C is our home base. And what I mean by that is like when we return to C, it feels nice and complete. So if I play this again and get that in your ear, then now it feels like we came back home, and you can see on the screen that's C, or back home. Cool. So when I'm making a melody, I want to consider that like home base, and I want to play around with when I'm returning there, when I'm moving away from there, kind of how far I'm moving away from there. So my habit as a songwriter is to start basing things off the pentatonic scale, which if anybody knows My Girl by the Temptations, that is the pentatonic scale. And it's called pentatonic because it only has 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you're back at C. It sounds nice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like pentatonic is a easy scale to start deriving melody from. And so because this is just kind of, I'm going to be rolling through stuff today, I'm going to start with like a basic pentatonic melody. And there's no wrong answer. Should I start like at home, or should I start away from home and return there?
I say away from home and
Away
return.
from home and return there. Okay, cool. So I might start on I'm gonna start on the 6th. And I just picked that randomly. And you can see I'm kind of avoiding playing that one. I actually like that. So as much as we hate learning scales and memorizing the theory side of things, this is where it comes into play because you can start to use the math of it. And so when you finally hit that home plate, it feels really nice. I like the I like that. And then we're back home there. So that's going to be our start. That's going to be the start of the song. And I like that melody. It's kind of based in the pentatonic. I added that 4 in there just to give it something a little bit different. And then, so we're back home. And now with melody, there's this idea of motif. So I'm going to go back to our kind of Word document here because this is something I really believe in as a songwriter when it comes to pop songs. So motif is like a repeated idea within a song. Excuse me. There we go. Within a song that can evolve as it recurs, and and it becomes like a mini hook within the song. So that part of My Girl, that just walking up the pentatonic scale, is a motif within that song, and then they do it again starting from the 4. So I'm going to use what we just got there. And I'm going to start it again. And so I'm going to play it twice to establish the motif. I'm going to get back into this in a second, I promise. But in music, we seem to be like obsessed with patterns. Like songwriters in any genre, we're obsessed with patterns. It allows like the listener to feel like they know what's coming. And so when it comes back, it's returning to that pattern, and it feels really exciting to the listener, and it's why you hear songs that have the same section over and over again, or the same chorus, or whatever it is. But my kind of overview is a 4-step process. So I'm going to say there's a 4-step pattern process. The first step is to establish the pattern. Second one is to repeat the pattern or reinforce it. The third is to break the pattern. Then the fourth is to return. And this is true of of kind of every level of songwriting. If you think about the verse and the chorus, there's your pattern. Well, then you go back to the second verse, then you go back to the second chorus. You're now repeating the pattern, you're reinforcing it. And then you go to the bridge, you're breaking that pattern and adding something new into it. Then you return to the chorus, and the audience sings the chorus all over again as the song goes out, and you've returned to the pattern, and it feels good to the listener. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, but you can do that on a smaller scale too. So I might play that melody, then repeat it, then break it, or maybe, yeah, that might be nice. I'm gonna do that. Then return to it. And now we have like a whole coherent melody kind of established. Let me play that in to the software and make it feel a little bit more natural. I'm going to start at 100, which is like just a nice mid random tempo. So let's see. And I'm not even going to put a kick drum pattern in here for the drums. I'm just going to do this. Because I want to use this as a placeholder, just to keep the feel. Cool. Everything I just played was 8th notes, so I'm going to set that to 8th notes. And I'm just going to copy and paste this all day long. And now let me just kind of play around with this for a second. So here's the groove. And our first part, I'm going to play this super square, no like interesting rhythm yet, but it might be something like a... That could be a verse right there. And so you guys see what I'm talking about moving away from the pattern and returning to it. And I might even, when I replay it, play something a little bit different. So then yeah. But I think that rhythm is boring. So I might start with 1. Or like so we can mess around with the rhythm of it as we go. I like that. So 1. That's gonna be our verse melody. I'm just committing to that. So 1. 1. So we have a verse. Nice, solid 8-bar melody. Good.